former Secret Service agent Paul Eckloff protected multiple presidents, including Obama, Trump. Former FBI agent, NewsNation law and justice contributor Jennifer Coffindaffer. Thank you both very much, especially on a Friday. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Paul, so I had been reading and now assuming reports that local police were trying to tell the Secret Service that they saw a guy on the roof and that there were reports that they were trying to communicate it. Now it seemed from this guy today that there may have been information that they did not have, but he doesn't seem to specifically being transparent that they were told there's a guy with a gun on the roof.
It is shocking that the communications failures are multiple here, and I think there's a lot of levels for that, and people may not understand exactly what he's saying. They put it out on the local net. It did not make it to the state police radio that was co-located with the Secret Service and the command post. The Secret Service failed to put an agent or officer in the local command post. And one thing that I learned very interesting was that a lot of the communication was being done by text. Text is one-to-one or a small group text. It really needs to go out onto the network. It needs to go out onto the radio frequencies monitored by the Secret Service so action can be taken.
You know, Jennifer, help me, because I don't want to be cynical, and I don't like the gang that couldn't shoot straight. I don't like the Keystone Cops. I don't like how we do that to people when something goes wrong. But it really does seem like this is all about coordination. You know, you have all of these different levels of local, county, state, and federal working together, and it seemed like they didn't do anything right when it came to communication.
Well, I agree, Chris, and this is what's so shocking. I mean, they have this huge amount of responsibility, and I got to tell you, this is 101 when it comes to protective detail. You have to have established communication with all the law enforcement agencies that are involved, and they didn't. And that's what's really, I think, shocking to the American public, because they think that this looks like it has to be purposeful, because there's no way the Secret Service could be this inept as to not establish communication.
Do you believe that this was what somebody or some persons wanted to happen?
No, I don't believe that. I think it was dropping the ball in every possible way, Chris. Even if you don't have the communications, where is the responsibility of these snipers to establish their area of fields of fire? Being a sniper is one of the most boring things you can be, because you literally have to stare and look at your particular AOR, your area of responsibility. And you can't take your eyes off of that for sometimes up to hours. Who was watching the high ground? That should have been established, that it was a particular sniper's responsibility, so that even if comms go down, you have eyes on these high ground situations. It's really shocking. Every ball was dropped.
Well, and the idea that it would be ineptitude.
Paul, what do you?
Yeah, I'm sorry. The idea that it would be on purpose is outrageous. What we have is a chain of local failures that were reinforced by years of perceived successes that weren't. These communications problems didn't begin on July 13th. The world became aware of them, and the Secret Service became painfully aware that they had fallen short over the years for a number of reasons, from poor leadership, poor management, poor staffing, and certainly poor coordination. They work brilliantly with local and state police. But DHS, and for other reasons, the communications has fallen to the wayside, and it was brought in stark relief that Saturday.
They've got to start naming names and taking action against people. It's the only way that they're going to get around the corner. And I know that may not be completely fair, but it's the only way they're going to get around the corner of suspicion. There's got to be accountability. Coffindaffer, thank you very much. Paul Eckloff, as always, appreciate. Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.